it amazes me in a way where I can't believe I did that pretty much. So I feel like that's gonna be for the rest of my life. I hope.
Who is Emily Estrada?
Emily Estrada is a versatile artist that loves to explore art in different mediums. I'm very passionate about my art and what I create. Yeah, I think that's it for that question.
How would you describe your art?
I would describe my art very detailed in certain areas. And then I would also describe my art in a way where it's very cartoony, like, you know, cartoons, like Cartoon Network. I tend to make my art very realistic. That's my primary goal as an artist. Yeah, next.
How long have you been an artist in such field?
I've been an artist since middle school, so I'd say about 10 plus years. I've ranged in many different areas, so I'd say I fell off as an artist at one point, and then I dedicated myself into other things. I was a graphic designer, went to school for graphic design. That fell off. So yeah, it's a mixture of 10 years, I'd say.
When and how were you exposed to art?
I was exposed to art in school. I think I had an art class and we were looking for references, I think. Pretty much I liked Da Vinci's work and Michelangelo's work, and ever since then I just was influenced by them. So the mediums I've originally used to present my art are these. They're Angelus paints. Pretty much I use them to paint shoes. So like Vans, Air Forces, you know, anything that gets thrown to me. I did clothing, I branched in different things, and I used it in a way where it would be able to stick to the product. I worked my way through it by watching videos, YouTube videos, so I self-taught. And then, you know, I just went from there and just did it.
When was your eureka moment? The moment where you knew this was what you wanted to do with the rest of your life?
So I did not hit that with this medium of art, and I still haven't met that yet. But I feel very confident that tattooing will be something that I will approach for the rest of my life, just due to the fact that I enjoy all the details that it takes, all the time and patience it takes, and the outcome. It amazes me in a way where I can't believe I did that pretty much. So I feel like that's gonna be for the rest of my life. I hope.
How does your background influence your art?
Family-wise? Well, unfortunately my background does not influence my art at all. They're not very artistic. They're not very knowledgeable in this field. So I'm pretty much taking the risk on my own, and aside with all my peers that are that believe in me. So I've learned to believe in myself through them versus family, I should say. I wish I had that support, but you know, something I can teach them, you know.
Right. Who are some of the people that gave you a leg up when you were starting this journey of becoming the artist you are today?
I can say myself. Why? Because in my head, in the back of my head, I always knew that art was a subject that I was very interested in. I didn't know what it was exactly, but I knew that I had a liking and a passion for it. And so my significant other that is now in my life has pushed me to excel and believe in myself, to explore the art world as it is, because I know for sure that I wouldn't have by myself. So that's a big help to me, because we all need that motivation and belief from others to reassure, you know, that you're able to do it, you know.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
I get my inspiration from artists online. So right now my biggest inspiration is Stefano. He's a tattoo artist from Peru, and I look up to his work just because his details are amazing, and it's just so realistic that it just leaves me in awe, pretty much. My mentality is, if he can do it, then I can do it, you know? But yeah, that's my inspiration.
What's one advice you want to give to a young artist, designer, that is facing adversity?
So my advice to you is that if you don't believe in yourself, or if you don't try, nothing is gonna happen. So I'd say my advice to you is keep trying and don't give up, because consistency is a big matter in this field, as well as determination. Just keep pushing, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. And I know it's hard because I've been through it, and I'm still pushing. You know, you just gotta keep going, because life keeps going, and you'll make it. You'll make it one day. You'll get recognized.
Has there been a moment of setback that deterred you from following your passion?
Yes, there has been. I went through a phase in my life where I was in a toxic relationship, which guided me away from art. And at that point, I felt very low in my life. And I just, you know, said, F it. Like, just threw away art. And I knew that I was going through things, and I knew that art was an escape for me, but I just decided to just not follow it. So that setback really opened my eyes, because you tend to help others, and at the end of the day, they were your enemies the whole time. People are very envious. Don't let that happen to you. It's crazy.
How far do you want to push this in artistic endeavor?
I want to push it to a point where I myself leave myself in awe. At this point, I'm in no limits. I'm gonna push it to where I can't go no more. And I don't think that's possible, because there's a lot to explore, or just meet my satisfaction of being an artist.
And last question, how do you give back to your community?
I give back to my community by doing giveaways. There are times where I offer my services to people and don't charge them for it. And that's a big thing as an artist, because making art is not cheap. Being an artist is not cheap. Our supplies are very expensive. Our time is very valuable. And so that's my give back to my community. Later on, I plan to help children, young children, you know, explore artistic ways and how they can, you know, have that approach that I never had as a young child.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much for having us today.
Of course. Thank you for interviewing me and having, you know, including me, you know.
It's a pleasure.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Oh.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
All right. That's a wrap.
Hey, that's a wrap.